Welcome to the WBC Arena. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible matchup. I'm Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody.
It's Fernando El Feroz Vargas from Oxnard, California, a two-time light middleweight champion of the world. Juan Manuel Marquez. And when you see this man, you know what you're getting. Dinamita comes right at you relentlessly. He's never been in a boring fight.
Look at this. These fights are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red. The two-time champion of the world, El Feroz, Fernando Vargas. Champion of the world, Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for... We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. That one will count. He didn't take that jab well at all. That counter punch caught him clean. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Catch and shoot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counterpuncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You'd like to see more jabs. Straight right just misses. Just misses with the right uppercut. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
Shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he misses with that jab. Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's call out Fernando Vargas in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Now breathe. Breathe. Just get your breath.
Get your rhythm back, and then we go again. Get out there and swish it.
Don't change too much. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear.
The fight's not over yet. You've got to go out there and win this round. You had everything in the bag. Now you've let him back into it. That's a terrible round, that is. Come on, you've let him back in the fight.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Ooh, is this the beginning of the end of Vargas? As tough as Vargas is, he couldn't stand up. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the...
And he scores with the counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How about that time counter shot? Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. We're at the halfway point. There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over again, they've got it.
Beautiful counter shot. It's all offense all the time. Well done with that counter shot. Can't find a home with that jab. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
They exchange punches. Dodging to the left. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Fernando Vargas in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed. The bell rings and we start the third. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
That punch landed. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Nope, that jab not going to score. These two were made for each other. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Beautiful counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Big swing. Hold that thought. Marquez is rocked. How are they still standing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talking about Fernando Vargas in that last round. It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Get your mind back.
Don't forget the jab, don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end of what you...
Just get your shots off and don't give him anything. Go back and win the round, right? It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it. He was coasting this fight, and now you've let him back into it. Now...
Don't let him back into the fight, kid. Great round.
Confidence way. Go out, the first minute, stick on the jab, and...
That right hand's beautiful. Beautiful. That's it. Start sticking a few...
10 minutes tracks. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off.
You stay focused now. Don't let him back into the
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather. Right back into the action.
But you'll take him out. He's too tired. He's not getting back up.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. Hold that thought. Marquez is dazed. And down goes Juan Manuel Marquez. We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
I need to see that again.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Both men step back for just a moment. Misses with that uppercut. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Marquez is hurt. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. The straight right just misses. We're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Marquez in that last round. They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly considering maybe throwing in the towel after their fighter got dropped twice.
Unbelievable heart, knocked down twice.
Back out there, I need to win this round. Get your mind back, get your focus back.
Power shot. Good work. Don't forget the jab, don't get carried away. Think about the...
And don't give him anything. Go back and win the round, all right? It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it. That was a terrible round, that is.
Time for the 5th round. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Ooh, and a big blow right there to Vargas. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Oh, man, Vargas really took that poorly. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That counter shot lands. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Tried to score with a jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Fernando Vargas in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
Why do you win this round?
Let's start the 6th. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
that jab. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Throws the jab, but does not score. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. They have no respect for each other's punching power. There's a counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Caution being thrown to the wind. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fernando Vargas in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Get this boxing back together.
Round 7, here we go. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope. You've got to hope.
Oh, my God, Johnny! Heavy shot to Vargas. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
He's got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull him down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in a round.
Perfect counter shot. Miss with that jab. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give me your ball.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put him down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. In that last round.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
Get the focus back. Get that jump.
There's the bell to start round 8. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. He threw a punch and just got countered. This is a high-octane battle. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Nobody home with that hook. You'd like to see more jabs. Marquez is in trouble. And he couldn't take any more. Down goes Marquez. He knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are right.
They're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, Vargas. Wow, let's take another look at that.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Both men knocked down in that round. Incredible stuff.
And they were heavy knockdowns too.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. Let's see how these two fighters respond after both got knocked down in the previous round.
One fighter got knocked down earlier, got back up again to knock him down. How are they going to walk back out of this?
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. And Vargas could not take any more. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Well, there's no argument right there. That you say it. Night, night.